What is the weightage for the board examination? What is the board for the board examination? You can see here. So these are the four textbooks: geography, political science, history, and also economics. And each subject, geography carries 20 marks, and this political science carries 20 marks, and history carries 20 marks, economics carries 20 marks. So the total is 80 marks. So we have the board exam for a total of 80 marks. 80 marks. The total marks are 80. So first, let us start with history. Let us start with history. Let us start with history. History, India and the contemporary world. You can see here there are three sections. First one, events and processes. Second one, livelihoods and economies and societies. Third section, everyday life, culture and politics. Culture and politics. From these three sections, in our history textbook, we have 5 chapters. There are 5 chapters in the history. The first one is the rise of nationalism in Europe. The rise of nationalism in Europe. Second one, nationalism in India. And the third lesson, the making of a global world. Fourth lesson, the age of industrialization. And the fifth one, print culture and the modern world. And the modern world. And one thing you have to remember here. So the total marks allocated for this history is 20 marks. In this 20 marks, 2 marks are allocated for map pointing. That means from our history, we get 2 marks. 2 marks are allocated for map pointing section. And in the examination perspective, so what are the lessons important? From which lessons the board exam is going to be conducted? So first lesson will come in the board exam, and also the second lesson, nationalism in India. And coming to the third lesson, the making of a global world. The making of a global world. Here, so there are only few topics. Those few topics are to be evaluated in the board exam. So those topics are 1 to 1.3, pre-modern world to conquest, disease and trade. Only these 1 to 1.3 subtopics are evaluated in the board examination, and the remaining topics will not come in the board examination. Okay, and from this chapter, the remaining things, interdisciplinary project as part of multiple assessment. So as part of the multiple assessment, that is internally assessed for 5 marks. You can see here subtopics 2 to 4.4, the 19th century, that means year 1815 to 1914, to the end of the Bretton Woods and the beginning of the globalization. These topics are internally assessed. These topics are internally assessed for 5 marks as part of the interdisciplinary project. That means, so in the board exam, from this, the making of a global world, only 1 to 1.3, that is pre-modern world to conquest, disease and trade. Only these topics are evaluated in the board examination. Okay, students. Next, moving further, coming to this age of industrialization. So this age of industrialization will not be evaluated in the board examination. So it is to be assessed as part of the periodic assessment only. This age of industrialization, it is assessed as part of the periodic test only. Okay, and coming to the print culture and the modern world. This chapter will be evaluated in the board examination. Okay, that means here, so this the rise of nationalism in Europe, nationalism in India, and print culture and modern world. These 3 chapters are totally evaluated in the board examination. And coming to this, the making of global world, only the subtopics 1 to 1.3 to be evaluated in the board examination. Okay, and this complete chapter of age of industrialization, it is to be assessed as periodic assessment only. Okay, clear here? So hope it is clear for all. Okay, so this is with respect to the history. And I will also tell you that from what are the important things we have to see with respect to the map pointing to secure these 2 marks in the map pointing from the history. So we have some map items provided by the CBSE. I will also tell you those things which are important in the map pointing perspective.